Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating it's Sunday, July 10th, 2016. In both the Lynn Life and the Jamie Body Mind we have really a prevalence of deniers and excuse-choosing body snatchers.
That's true.
It's still true, you jerks. They're deniers and excuse-choosing body snatchers. And all day we've been trying to get to the assignment of what we're supposed to be working on, which is this certain technique called the bowling alley technique. And they are trying to prevent us from doing that because they know the search for truth rules require that we stop and analyze all lies dumped into our experience of sentience. So they're just sending in a barrage of lies, feeling that in such a way they can prevent us from ever getting to the bowling alley technique. But we're going to do it for the formally videoed portions of today's efforts. Haha. And what is the bowling alley technique? We all have our soul plans to live, and as in a bowling alley we each have a lane of life, and we have balls of intention, and by taking action combined with intention, like rolling a bowling ball down the lane of life, we create some kind of outcome, and source responds to us. Something is delivered back in the ball return. And what do I know? I know that we all have these bowling alley lanes, that it doesn't seem to matter what dimension our experiences of sentience are occurring inside of. We all seem to have bowling alley lanes, whether or not we're physical lives, less dense lives, or the souls themselves who clearly aren't claiming any kind of denser presence. We all have a bowling alley lane. And we have come to see that they represent our soul plans, the soul plan, the plan for our experience of sentience. What else do I know? We have come to see that since the divine delivery system has fallen apart, that it's become difficult for even helpful, well-intentioned presences to deliver what the situation calls for. And what do I mean by that? Well, for example, for these two physical host lives, in the ball returns lately, instead of having bowling balls or anything that looks useful for a bowling alley, other things that would be useful in other circumstances are being delivered in the bowling alley lane.
That's
like
true.
That's a really nice pipe wrench.
That's true.
And a great border piece.
Good scuba diving flippers.
Yes, those are wonderful for other situations. They're not really useful for bowling.
That's true.
And what else do I know? I noticed that the bowling balls that belong here disappear every time we turn our attention away from the bowling alley, as if they're being stolen.
That's true.
And then we have to go looking for them or call them to us again. And that if we, and what else do I notice? If we just say calling the right balls, then balls come that are definitely not correct. They don't feel correct at all. But we then have to be more precise in our wording and say, all right, the balls that are the right balls for manifesting the divine plan for the smaller subatomic. And those come in and they feel correct. And then we say calling the right balls for upgrading the standards of integrity to that which will actually work to manifest the divine plan, and those feel correct.
That's true.
So what does that mean? That strongly suggests, and some might say proves, that less dense presences are once more trying to twist our words, saying that we're asking for one thing when we're actually asking for another.
That's true.
And what do I know? Like, for example, yesterday they delivered the Chinese tanks from Tiananmen Square.
That's right.
And in that situation, clearly, we would stand on the side of the students, not on the side of the tanks. So don't give us your tanks. We don't want your tanks. Thanks, I'll be the student. Now let's start to clear out the debris that's in the ball return that feels like lies. All lies in the ball return, and not just for our lane, but for all the lanes of this entire bowling alley. We have the right, and some might say the responsibility, to tend the space. And if lies are coming into other experiences of sentience as what life is bringing back to them, then it would be unkind to just clear our own lanes while leaving smelly lies everywhere. It would smell like dead things in the neighbor's yard.
That's true.
Well, what do I know? We saw yesterday how really well-intentioned, less dense presences still are dropping swords directly in the path of other more dense presences who are trying to take even a tiny little step on their own soul plan, and boom, there's a sword. It looks like a crusader's sword, boom, right in front of them. And so, rightly so, they say, all right, well, I must have gotten that wrong, and they take another turn. And what that was a less dense presence misleading the more dense presence about what is or isn't his or her soul plan or life path.
That's true.
All right, let's start to pump up that which is, it looks kind of like the consistency of lava. And these are lies that are in the ball returns, and not just for us, but for all presences in this bowling alley, doing it for all of us.
In this bowling alley.
All the ball returns in this bowling alley, whatever this bowling alley is defined to be. It's the bowling alley that we find ourselves inside of.
That's true.
So it's the right bowling alley for us to tend.
That's true.
And what do I know about lava? That it will solidify into rock.
That's true.
And if we're intending to remove lies, these are only lies. We're not getting out anything that isn't lies.
That's true.
So these are lies that will solidify into something that presences, quote, know to be true, unquote. Unfortunately, it isn't true.
That's true.
We have the right, and some might say the responsibility, of clearing untruths from our experiences of sentience and from our environments. I'm going to start to wave this soul plan and call for management. Where's the manager? I'd like to speak with the manager of this bowling alley, please, because there's lava in the bowling ball returns, and it isn't just in our lane. And I look at some people, and it's hardened. It looks like that igneous rock.
That's true. Solidified in their returns.
Solidified in their returns. That's not going to work. Where's the manager?
I'd like to speak to the
manager.
manager.
I'd like to speak to the manager, please. Hello, is there anybody who works here?
I just see other bowlers. I don't see anyone in a management shirt or in a bowling alley employee shirt.
Well, let's say to the other bowlers, hey, friends, how's it working for you? How's your game going?
Really badly. No one's having a good time. There's a birthday party of kids who are crying.
Yeah, it isn't working. Okay, well, friends, does anybody see anybody who works here? Can anybody find an employee?
Someone says there's someone like
over
behind
there.
The pin catcher.
I think that is true. There is somebody back there. Yeah, interesting.
And the bowler is pointing like, I think he's behind my pin catcher. I think there's someone back there.
I see it. It looks like the baggage claim in airports,
yes,
some airports
right.
where you can see the people's feet.
That's true.
All right, well, I'll just climb through there. What it feels like is a factory farm.
That's true.
Like where they have chickens crammed into impossible, incorrect cages, or pigs treated just absolutely inhumanely. And
that's
from
true.
their vantage point, that's what it is. It's a farm, and they are farm workers, and they feel mistreated. It's not a bowling alley from their perspective. It's a factory farm. Oh, that's fascinating.
That's true.
And the balls that come through are whatever it is they're selling, or that's like the eggs of the poultry factory farm.
That's true.
And then they're putting in chicken feed.
Yes.
but it's just any old thing. What do I know? I know that you can feed pigs any old thing, and chickens actually are pretty not picky about what they will eat. They'll eat an awful lot of things.
That's true.
And so they're putting in just weeds and garbage, and they're getting the bowling balls of intention with activity. That's interesting.
That's interesting.
Friends, have you looked through the peephole? Have you looked through the peepholes to see what's going on the other side? Because over there, everybody thinks that they're bowling and that this is a bowling alley and that you guys are supposed to be sending the bowling balls back. And they don't understand why their bowling game, which represents their life, isn't going very well. Well, they're angry. They don't want to hear that.
Very angry.
Very angry. And, like electroshock, like get back in your cage, you escapee.
Pig. That's true.
Wow. I think I'm going to start wandering around back here now.
That's true, and live streaming it up.
Live streaming up. You guys getting this?
I see the videographers waving.
And
keep live streaming it up.
These people they don't seem to know, but they don't want to know. They don't want to know.
And they're angry at the idea that it's even possible that on the other side of that wall there is something else. And especially angry that it's a bowling alley.
Maybe that would mean they're angry that the other presences have a value potentially equal to or greater than their own.
It could be.
It could be.
Or it could be like those people in the bowling alley must have it so much better than we have it. We have it the absolute worst.
That could be it. Okay, well, jump into the return chute. Just come on in. Help yourself. Yeah, absolutely. You feel like, I can tell that you feel that you're mistreated. You have rightful indignation feelings that you have it worse. So please do help yourself. Just come right on through.
That's true.
And come on into the bowling alley and find yourself a lane, and we'll help you get set up. Let's call for the right lane for these people. It's over there somewhere.
There it is. I feel it.
There you go. Okay. Go ahead now. Find your right balls. Find the balls that you're supposed to be bowling with.
They're not angry right now.
And start bowling. And now this is a game with consequences. You bowl, and if you lose, like you really lose, like you lose actual real things. And presumably if you were to win, you would win actual real things, but this is a game that's rigged so that everybody loses all the time.
That's true.
And you lose real things.
Now lots of them don't want to...
Where are they going?
Yeah, they don't want to play. They want to leave. They want to go. But they don't seem to be going back where they came from.
They want to go out the front.
Going out the exit doors of the bowling alley. No, we don't want to bowl this game. We don't want to play.
Live streaming up. What now, in order to manifest the divine plan for the smaller subatomic? What now, in order to upgrade the standards of integrity to that which will actually work to manifest the divine plan? It's a lie. I know that this is a big lie, and so we could say to everybody who's bowling, heads up, friends, on the other side, they don't think that they're staffing a bowling alley. If you just go through there and go investigate, they think they're running a factory farm that's kind of like poultry meets pigs.
That's true.
And
I see people walking up their lanes and like peeking through the pin return.
And go ahead, crawl through. You can get through it and tell them what's going on over here. Tell them. And offer to change places with them.
Let's
do it. Let's go offer to change places with those people. Let's go find whoever's tending our lane.
And offer to change
places. Hey friend, so I'm bowling on that side, and you've been...
bowling on that side of the lane.
You've been tending the pigs on this side. How about we trade places, and you bowl and I'll send in what you were getting ready to send in to me, whatever it was. Show me where the feed is, and I'll just send it to you, okay?
That's true. How about you bowl?
You go do what I was going to do, and I'll send you. You show me what. There's like the bin of stuff. Okay, I'll send this to you.
We'll just switch places.
We'll just switch places.
Let's do it.
And I'm just going to now start sending this stuff.
It does kind of look like chicken feed on this side, or lumpy small things.
Lumpy small things that are like garbagey,
Yeah,
like
that's true.
not fit for human consumption, quote unquote.
That's what it is. That's true.
All right, well, I feel no loss of sending these things, because these
No.
things would not be good for me and people like me, quote unquote.
That's true.
Just sending garbage over to the other side.
That's
And
true.
now I'm getting angry because they should be sending me bowling
things
balls,
back.
good things back, and I'm not getting my good things back. Where are my
That's
good
true.
things? I'm giving you garbage, and you're not giving me good things.
That's
What's
the feeling.
Yeah, what's the holdup?
That's true.
Oh, gracious sakes.
But I feel it.
Yeah. And it's because that's the expectation. So there's some lie built into this side of the dimensional barrier that says, give them your garbage and they will give you back good things.
That's true, and I feel it. It's like in the air.
It's in the air, and it's our right. It feels like
true.
our right. We give them garbage, they give us back good things. And it's been a long time since my good things have come, and now I'm angry.
That's true.
Friends, let's look around. Who feels angry and indignant that you aren't getting your good things like you should, like you believe you should be getting, because you're giving your garbage like you're supposed to? This is according to your belief. A lot of indignancies.
I feel hands up, all hands
Okay,
up.
why don't you go offer to change places with the people who should be sending you the good things? Offer that they can have this job so that they can see how terribly you're being mistreated.
Yes, yes. They're all
Yes.
saying, yeah, we'll go over there.
And switch places so that they can see how terribly you're being mistreated.
I hear switching, people climbing through the
Right.
return,
They are. And others are
coming in
and
looking
around, and they're putting on these workman's gloves, and now they're starting to pitch the garbage. And it's like, oh, well, whatever, pitch the
Okay.
garbage into the return chutes. The air is becoming much less resentful over here. This
That's
is
true,
nice.
clearer.
That's much better.
There's something kind of cleansing and rhythmic about
Yeah.
it. I don't smell the resentment.
No, there's not any good things coming back yet, but
That's true.
it's just pitching garbage.
That's true.
So it's like, well, at least we get the garbage out of
out.
here. Well, it's not right. It's not right to pitch garbage horizontally. This
That's
isn't
true.
right. But what do I know? I know that people learn their lessons when it's been bad enough, and so maybe this is a benefit, pitching garbage into a bowling alley.
I don't know.
Are they still doing it? Let's look back through the ball returns.
They might have
all
gone out the
left.
exit. I don't hear
They all
anyone on
left.
the bowling alley floor anymore.
No, they all left.
That's true.
All right, well, at least nobody's going to be pitching garbage into the bowling alley. Let's go back. Hey, does anybody want to go back and clean up the
Bowl?
bowl? They don't want to bowl. Well, they're going out the exit here.
That's true. Now what?
Well, I guess we go back and clean up the bowling alley.
Yeah, that feels good.
All right, well, let's go clean. That's really fascinating.
That is true. Everyone walked away.
On both sides.
On both sides.
On
out
both
of
sides.
both sides of
Yeah,
doors.
they walked away.
That's true.
And they had just been locked in this dysfunctional dance for
What feels like
eternity.
eternity. That's true.
And then as soon as we can get them to look at what's going on, walk even a minute in the other person's shoes, they say, well, I'm not going to do this.
That's true. And they walked
And
away.
they leave. That isn't true. I got it wrong, because the bowlers were willing to clean the debris. They were willing
That's
to
true.
pitch the garbage, and they were happy. It was just when we said, okay, well, friends, it's not right to pitch garbage, that they said, well, if I can't pitch garbage,
And I don't want to do
then
this.
I'll go find something else to do. They were
That's
willing
true.
to continue to pitch the garbage,
That's true.
but the garbage pitchers weren't willing to bowl.
No, not at all. They didn't even start. Nobody bowled one
Well,
ball.
they said, well, I'm not going to do that.
went
Why
away.
would I do that? And they went out into the
Elsewhere.
streets. Let's
Went
correct
alone.
these errors, because we could have just loosed another horde of Body-Snatchers.
That's true.
Well, I don't feel them coming back, so it must not have been a mistake.
That's true. I don't hear anybody coming back yet.
No. Okay. They're looking for the people who have the fantasy good life that they believe exists.
That's true. That's what they're looking for.
That's what they're looking for.
I'm going to go find my fantasy good life.
My fantasy good life. Wow. Okay, good luck to you, friend. I don't think it exists.